Welcome, children. Take out your English literature book, Longman Impression, Revised Edition, Part 6, Chapter 21, The Thief's Story. Before explaining this chapter, let me tell you that this chapter depicts about a person who changed the heart of a thief through his kindness and love. Now, let's begin the story. I was still a thief when I met Romy. And though I was only 15 years old, I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Now, the thief is narrating his own story. The thief is telling that when he met Romy, at that time he was still a thief and he was only 15 years old, but he was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Romy was watching a wrestling match when I approached it. At that time, when the thief approached Romy, at that time, Romy, what was he doing? He was watching a wrestling match. I was about 25 and he looked easygoing, kind and simple, enough for my purpose. Now, Romy was 25 years old. And what was he looking? Romy was looking very simple, easy person, very simple person, very kind-hearted, and he was kind enough for the thief to fulfill his purpose. I was sure I would be able to win the young man's confidence, and the thief, he was very much sure that he would be able to win the young man's confidence. You look a bit wrestler yourself, I said. Now, the thief said, he said to Romy that he looked just like a wrestler. There's nothing like flattery to break the ice. Now, now Romy thought that it was nothing more is more good than flattery. So he thought that nothing like flattery to break this. So do you, he replied. Even Romy replied that he even looks like, which put me off for a moment, because at that time I was rather thin and bony. Now, on listening this, the thief was little bit puzzled, because during that time the thief was quite thin and even bony looking. Well, I said modestly, I too wrestle a bit. Now, in a modest way, the thief replied, well, he also does little wrestler. What's her name? Hari Singh. Now, Romy asked, what was the thief's name? The thief said, Hari Singh. I lied. I took a new name every month, which kept me ahead of the police and former employer. Now, the thief replied that thief lied that his name was Hari Singh, because every month the thief used to take a new name because he wanted to escape from the police and the former employer. After this formalities, Romy confined himself to commenting on the wrestler. After fulfilling these formalities, Romy, what he did? He confined himself that he would comment on the wrestler, who was grunting, grasping and heaving each other about. Now, what was he doing? He was grunting, grasping and heaving each other about. When he walked away, I followed him usually. Now, when he walked away, means who walked away? Romy walked away. When Romy walked away, he also followed him. Hello again, I said. Now, the thief again, he said, hello. I gave him the most appealing smile. Now, the thief gave him the most appealing smile. I want to work for you, I said. Now, the thief said that he wants to work for him. But I can't pay you anything for not some time away. Now Romy said that, but he can't pay anything for some time anyway. I thought that for a minute, perhaps I had misjudged my man. Can you feed me? I asked. Now, first the thief thought that for a moment, may he has misjudged, but then when the thief asked that whether he could feed him or not. Can you cook? Romy asked the thief that whether he is able to cook or not. I can cook, I lied again. Now the thief said that yes, he could cook. He again told a lie. If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you. Now Romy replied that if he could cook, then he could feed him. He took me to his room over the Jumma sweet shop and told me I could sleep on the balcony. Now Romy took the thief to his room over the Jumma sweet shop and told him that he could sleep on the balcony. But the meal I cooked that night must have been terrible, because Romy gave it to a stray dog and told me to be off. Now, but that meal that night, the thief, what he cooked that night, and it was too terrible. That means it was not at all tasty. That Romy gave that gave that meal to the stray dog and told the thief that to go away. Now, and today I am ending my story up to this much. In my next video, I will explain the rest part of the story. And with this, I am ending my today's class. Now, take out your diary. Write chapter 21, The Thief Story. 2 pages explain, homework, revise it. And with this, I am ending my today's class. Goodbye.